Okay, and we are live. So today we're making a cute little graveyard chocolate bar. And we're going to start with doing our melts. We could use Timber chocolate, but like I've mentioned before, Timber chocolate still kind of eludes me a little bit, so I need to just work on that a little more. But we're going to do a 1-to-1 ratio of our melts. And once I start melting them in the microwave, I'll show you the bags so you know what kind and brand. Hello, thank you for joining. Happy Friday. For one set of that. Oh my god, open. There we go. And I'm doing like half a cup of each-ish. I think that's probably more than what we need for our mold, but I'd rather have more than not enough. Okay, let's start getting this melted down. Okay, so for the melts that we're using, I'm using ones that I bought from Stover and Company. And I did half of it are these Sweet Shop dark chocolate melting wafers. And then the other ones are these 1101, the chocolate company, dark deluxe, and they are called European coating compounds. And these ones specifically I've been using for all my hot chocolate bombs, or like the white version when I do the colors. But these ones, specifically the dark chocolate, I love dark chocolate and I love the way that these taste. So I cannot wait to finally melt down one of the hot chocolate bombs that I've been making for the Halloween series. Let's check on our melts. It's okay, bug. It's really windy today, so my dog is like glued to my leg practically. Like, I don't know about this wind. Okay, definitely need some more time. So we're gonna do probably like 20, 25 seconds, something like that. So we don't want to overheat the melts. And then let me grab my bar mold here. And I'm just gonna go with the kind of classic rectangle here. And then we have some cookie crumbs that I've already crushed up a little bit. And it's kind of similar to the graveyard bark that we did a few weeks ago. I also have my Milano that I can get out. That'll be our little tombstone. Because of course we want everything ready to go as soon as we pop it on there. This one looks a little bit messy. I think this one's a little bit better. Okay, so let's get out our melts and check on those. They look like they're getting pretty close. Yeah, that definitely did the trick. I'm only seeing little air bubbles, not any chunks of unmelted stuff. So I want to make sure I have everything ready to go. I could dip this in some gray if I really wanted to, but I'm just going to keep it plain like I did before. And let me grab do a serrated knife and just cut it in half. And then I'll probably use this top part. I think this one looks like the cleanest looking on the outside, so because some of them have like, you know, stuff on the back of it or something. So I'm gonna use that one for our tombstone. And I also think I want to do, if you saw the cupcake I posted on Wednesday this week for Skeleton Week, We did like a buried skull, so I think I want to do the same thing for our chocolate bar. So let's get out one of our skulls here. There's one of our skulls. I filled this with a red caramel, so it kind of looks like a blood red caramel. And we want to brush that before. Where's my little parchment paper squares? It's around here somewhere. I think I used them. Okay. I'm gonna get a little piece of parchment paper out. Just so I have a little surface to work on that's not like our main one here. And set our skull on it. That's bigger than it needs to be, but it is okay. Okay, and then I have specifically some black cocoa powder because that matches the deep color that our Oreos are because they use black cocoa, not regular cocoa. And I need a food brush. And I like to use, when dusting with either like cocoa or edible glitter or something, I like to use this one because it's nice and fluffy. So I have my big old container of black cocoa powder here. And I'm just going to brush it all over our skeleton. The other day I started with regular cocoa powder and then I was like, oh right, the Oreos have black cocoa powder and the colors, it does match. So I needed to add black cocoa as well. Although I kind of like the layering effect it had when I used like the combination of them. I think this is going to look pretty cool too. It's not sticking as much as I expected. Make it a little bit thicker. It is windy today. Hello, thank you for joining. Thank you. There's dust in our little caramel-filled skull here with some black cocoa powder. Make it look all dirty like it's been buried. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. Looks nice and like it's been buried for a little while. I have Follett. What is that? My apologies, I don't think I've heard of that before. What's this for? I am dusting this caramel-filled skull for a graveyard candy bar. Dusting it with some black cocoa powder. Which I'm going to keep the cocoa powder out because I might want to do a little bit more once it goes on the bar. Okay, I think I have all my stuff ready to go. So let's make sure our melts are still nice and melty. Yes, they still look very good. Okay, so we got our bar mold here. Yummy, yes. I'm very excited because it's basically just a candy bar with Oreos. I'm one of your followers. Oh, thank you so much for following. Okay. Let's add our melts here. Because this is a pretty thin bar, it's not a super thick one for like stuffing or anything like that. I don't want to make it too thick. I want to kind of let it settle down into the grooves. Get rid of some air bubbles. I have a tendency to overfill things, so I'm trying to not do that today. Like this. What is this? Oh, this is for a candy bar. So these are chocolate melts, or you could use tempered chocolate, but I'm using dark chocolate melts. Okay, I think think we're pretty good with that. I'm gonna grab my offset spatula just to clean up the sides a little bit. There's a little bit got on the side there to make it nice and clean. And just a little bit over there. Okay, I think we're good. Hello, thank you all for joining. Happy Friday. I'm gonna slow it down a little bit more. A little tap, tap, tap. And I'm gonna add some of our Oreo crumbs here. I didn't use a food processor, so they're not as fine, so I'm trying to go for the more fine crummies here. I'm just gonna sprinkle it all over our chocolate bar. I just use like a bag and a rolling pin, but I don't know, it always ends up being like messier, so I just prefer the food processor, but I decided to give that a try because I hadn't done that version for a while, but I definitely like the consistency that the food processor gives for sure. So if you're gonna make crumbs, I definitely recommend that version. What else was this? This is Oreo crumbs, and then we got our skull, we got the chocolate melt, and we got Oreo crummies, cookie crumbs. That looks good, thank you. That's why I love doing graveyard stuff for Halloween. It's so easy. Just, you know, add some cookie crumbs to something with chocolate and you're good to go. Being extra generous, but we're also going to try and press it in because that was a mistake I made a couple weeks ago on live when I did not press the crumbs into the melt enough, and a lot of them fell off. So I'm going to press them down and kind of make them stick. It doesn't matter if it's like super perfect across because it's dirt. It's meant to be kind of like bumpy. Just as long as we kind of smush the stuff together. Okay, I think that's pretty good. What's the yellow by the knife? Oh, good question. We're about to add that right now. So we want to add that before it has a chance to, before the melts have a chance to set. Those are, it's a peppermint spice Milano, or peppermint spice, that would be super weird. Pumpkin spice Milano that we're using just as a simple little gravestone. And we could cover this in melt, but today I'm keeping it simple and I'm just going to do a little RIP here. And this is an edible marker. Don't want to write on this with regular marker if you want to eat it. All right, so a little RIP. Do you want to eat? Well, of course, it's going to be delicious. So we can kind of smush that down a little bit. Kind of have the melt meet it a little bit. Use them to shape it. You know, kind of cover the bottom so you don't see the bottom of it. But it's like a little bit 3D. It's kind of popping up a little bit. The idea is so funny. Well, I hope you're enjoying it. Let's see. We need our skull, which I dusted with the black cocoa powder. And our melts are starting to set a little bit. So I'm gonna use a little bit to act as glue. Cookie is dead. The cookies are a gravestone. Let's put the skull like right here. That should be enough to act as our glue. We don't want too much where it's going to squish out the sides. So we can just add our skull right here. Kind of looks like he's been buried. I think I'm going to add a little more cocoa powder. Just to dirty him up a little bit more. I used to watch you make hot chocolate bombs. I love those. You did such a great job. Will you make those anymore? Oh, thank you so much, Michelle. Actually, I've been doing a Halloween series for the past, we're on week 7. I can't even believe it's this close to Halloween. But I've actually been posting a hot chocolate bomb every week it's all shorts content, but I've been posting Halloween hot chocolate bomb ideas every Thursday specifically. And then other days are, like mini cake Mondays, Tuesdays have been cookie pops, like a whole bunch of fun stuff. But if you're looking for hot chocolate bomb ideas, I definitely have a bunch. And I've been meaning to make a playlist anyway of all the ideas, both tutorial videos and also shorts videos. So that it'll be easier to find that kind of stuff. I definitely have still been making quite a few of those. Okay, I think we look pretty good. The melt set a little bit faster than I wanted, but let's see. I wonder if I'm missing my bone sprinkles. So nice. Thank you. You did such a good job. I love that. But I cannot celebrate Halloween because I'm Muslim. Oh, I'm sorry. I love Halloween. Love your work. I'll go check those out. Thanks so much. Oh, thank you, Michelle. I think I'm going to I would add some bone sprinkles, but like I said, I think I ran out of those. So I'm just going to use some little eyeball sprinkles just to add a little something because it feels like it's missing a little bit of stuff. And I'm just going to have to... The melts are still a little bit melty, so I can just use like a little food brush to add a little bit of melts to the back of our eyeballs here. And then just a little bit. Doesn't need very much at all. Just to get it to stick. Yeah, so for anyone who has not seen the Halloween series or has missed parts of it, there's a ton of videos. Let me know if you want a compilation. I've been thinking about putting one of those together for the Halloween series because in total it is 8 weeks, 7 videos, one every single day for shorts videos. So it's 56 items total that I've made for this Halloween series. And I am considering doing Christmas, so let me know if that interests you. Like Christmas/winter, basically, for the holiday season coming up. And like I mentioned, I would add bone sprinkles. That would be my preferred, but we're doing eyeballs today because I had eyeball sprinkles ready to go. It still adds a little something. I'm pressing it down enough to make sure it makes contact with some of the melts because, like I said, some of the cookies will fall off naturally if they didn't touch the melts. They're just going to easily come off there. Maybe like 1 or 2 more. Okay. Oop, I have... Let's see. I don't celebrate Halloween too. Oh, it's okay, but we have Eid. Yeah, yes to both. Awesome. But it's so small, you're going to eat it alone. I usually either give my stuff mostly to people or I'll share it with family. So, like, especially for something like this, like I'll probably break it into pieces and share it with family or something like that. Let's see, I think I want to add a couple more eyeballs. I like that. Thank you so much. Thank you all for being here today. I love having such an active chat. That's awesome. We're adding a few more eyeballs here. Put one right there. Oops. Eyeball down. Yeah, come here. I think all the melt came off of it. Yep. I can tell these melts are like really starting to set. They're getting very, very thick. All right, what do we think? We like it? I think I'm pretty happy with it. Maybe I'll do another eyeball over here. Just keep adding eyeballs. Ah, those melt set super fast. It's adorable. Oh, thank you so much. Oh, let's do another one like right here. I think that looks pretty good. Let's do more. It doesn't look scary. It looks cute. Thank you. This one is kind of meant to look a little more like spooky cute. That's, you know, always a good way to go with Halloween stuff, I feel like. I do like to tap into scary once in a while, but I feel like I tend to gravitate a little more towards like spooky cute stuff. Okay, I think I'm done adding eyeballs. A little tombstone of sunlight. That's cool. Thank you so much. LOL, I love the candy eyes. Thank you. Yeah, like I mentioned, for graveyard specifically stuff, I usually would use like little bone sprinkles or like blood splatter bone sprinkles, but I need to restock on those. What's it supposed to be? This is a chocolate bar that is inspired by a graveyard. So we have a little skull that's kind of been, you know, a little bit buried here, and then also our little tombstone. We could cover this in some like gray melts. I just decided to pop it on there because it's like a simple way to, you know, for people who maybe aren't as experienced with like dipping and stuff like that, you can literally just take a Milano of any flavor, cut it in half, and then you got a little tombstone as long as you have a little edible marker. These are the edible markers that I was using, specifically the black one. So from Wilton. Oops. Hi, baby. My dog is like right next to my foot. She's like, I don't like the wind right now. Ooh, lush. Oh, thank you so much. Oh, the Halloween emojis. I love it. Let's see. What else do we have? That's it for our live today, actually. If we have any questions or anything, I'll have this open for a little bit longer in the chat. The candy bars are definitely like one of the quicker lives. Next week, we're going to do some Halloween pretzel treats. And I've also been doing, like I said, the Halloween series has included pretzel treats every Saturday. So if you want even more ideas, then definitely check that out. And like Wednesdays have been cupcakes and Fridays have been cake pops. So there's been a whole bunch of stuff if you're looking for Halloween ideas. But like I said, if a compilation interests you, definitely let me know. Because a lot of stuff. So I can try and put it all together in like one video, one long video for you to see. So, let's see. I'm trying to. Somebody is trying to do something. Goodbye. Okay, so I had to get rid of something. It looks really cool. Thank you so much. If we have any other questions, let me know in the chat. We'll have this open for a little bit longer. It looks so ugly. What are you making? Well, you're a little ray of sunshine, aren't you? This is a candy bar, and if you don't like it, you don't have to be here. This candy bar for Halloween. Let's see. Do we have any other questions in the chat? Where are you from? I'm from California. How about you? Okay, you know what, Blue Ranger, if you're not going to be respectful, then you can just go. Okay. Let's see, I'm fine. I'm glad you're doing well. And I can't believe it's Friday again. I feel like the weeks are going by so fast this time of year. Especially the fact that I feel like I was just planning out like 7 weeks of Halloween lives, and all of a sudden we're to the second to last one. Is it a graveyard? Yes, it's a graveyard inspired little chocolate bar. So some of the cookies will fall off, but that's why we pressed it into there. You make some beautiful cake. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, we have mini cake Mondays every Monday for the Halloween series as well. What was the budget for this, like all in total? That's a good question. For the amount of everything, I feel like it wouldn't be too much. I'd have to do some calculations, but I feel like a couple dollars maybe. Because like only one, like a half of a lot, like it's not too much, I don't think. It's a good question though. It's Friday though, my brain is not wanting to do math at the moment. I hope everyone's had a good week. Like I said, I don't know how everybody else is doing, but I feel like my weeks have just been going by crazy fast. Fair. Cute. Oh, thank you so much, Elizabeth. Yes, our little candy bar. I actually might be able to demold it while we're standing right here. I feel like the melts have actually set pretty much all the way. Haha, yes. It's a little bit staticky. Like little cookie pieces just flying off of here. And there's our graveyard chocolate bar. And then there's the back of it. So you can see that I got all those air bubbles out. We did have some little cookie pieces just fall off, but for the most part, because of patting it down, they stayed. Definitely better than that bark that we made a couple weeks ago. It looks so delicious. My mouth is watering now. How cool is that room? Oh, how cold is that room? I think it's like, we got it down to like 67. It's been so warm. We had a heat wave literally like 2 weeks ago. We were in the hundreds. And so taking advantage of how cool it is today to cool down the house finally. Oh, can you send me some? I'm in Nambia. Hold on, I'm trying to get around my dog. She's like, I don't like the wind. If I spelled wrong, I'm sorry. Oh, no worries. I wish I could send things to everybody. There was a way to like hand it through the phone to you. I do little samples. That would be a lot of fun. If they had that technology, that would be fantastic for live specifically. Let's see, do we have any other questions? Thank you guys for being so active in the chat. I love this. I like being able to talk to you guys and not just talk to myself. Holy cats, girl, you've been busy. Yes, yeah, Michelle, it's been crazy, but it's been a lot of fun as well, because I always have so many ideas for like Halloween specifically that, yeah, I came up with that idea of doing the series, and then just kind of I've been going like crazy at that series. So that's why I haven't been able to do, unfortunately, as many tutorials as I would have liked to this year, but I'm really glad that I was able to do so many Halloween ideas. And so, like I said, I might put it into like a compilation for anybody who might have missed certain ones or something, then they can see everything put together in one video. Like all the Halloween emojis. I want to taste it. And I'm very excited to taste it, because like I said, the specifically the dark deluxe European coating compounds that I added for like half, because I did 50-50 ratio. That one specifically is such a good dark chocolate flavor. I love it so much. Compared to other melts that I've used, it definitely has a really lovely flavor that's a lot closer to like actual like regular dark chocolate. So that is why I have started to almost exclusively use those melts. I still have like some that I get from like Sam's Club, because they have them only this time of year, so I have them kind of as like a backup. But flavor wise, these ones I definitely prefer a lot more. Let's see, do we have any other questions? Any other things in the chat before we hop off for today? Like I said, for the candy bars, it's usually a quicker live, but next week we'll be doing pretzel treats, which I think sometimes, depending on how many we do, go like a little bit longer than this, but we'll have same time, same day next week. And of course, continue to check out the Halloween series. We're ending Skull Week this weekend, and then we'll start it on Monday. We're starting Jack-o'-lantern week for our final week of the Halloween series. And then we have like a few extra days, so I'll just have some like miscellaneous Halloween stuff I've kind of made that haven't been related to the series, but eat it. I definitely want to try it later, but I want to take a picture of it for the cover photo for our live once this goes up, and can be viewed as a replay on the channel. I like to have a picture of it fully done first. Or else I would, if I had like an extra one, I'd break it off right now. Let's see, just waiting another little bit just to see if anybody pops anything else in the chat. If anybody wants to have any more questions or say anything else before we hop off. Let's see, like I mentioned, I am trying to get at least 1 or 2 long form videos up, hopefully. Like I said, one of them is probably going to be a compilation of everything we've been doing. Got me thinking of pretzel dipped popcorn treats. Ooh, that sounds fun. Yeah, I'm excited for next week's live with our pretzel treats. And I have been doing pretzel treats every week. Do you guys want to see what tomorrow's is? You can get like a little inside exclusive behind the scenes before it gets posted tomorrow, for our skeleton pretzel treat. Let me know in the chat. Let's see, aside from that, oh, you raised your hand, you want to see it? Okay. Like I mentioned, we have next week is sadly our last Halloween live. I cannot believe that it's come that fast. But we have had 7 Halloween lives total, so quite a bit of lives that I was able to get out of it. Because I always start nice and early with Halloween since I love it so much. All right, here is our skeleton pretzel treat that is going to go up tomorrow. So the actual like pretzel parts are the cross part right here. And then of course I added another little skull. I made a whole little set of them, so using them in a few different ways right now. But that's our pretzel treat. This one's probably one of the more in-depth ones. I feel like more of my other ones have been a little more on the simple side, but once I had this skull and crossbones idea, I was like, that is too hard to resist making. Okay. That's so creative. Oh, thank you so much. I know, I was just starting with like I just turned the pretzel sticks into bones basically, and then because everything has been skull related, because that's like the easiest thing to do for a skeleton, but as soon as I thought of the skull and crossbones, I could not help myself. I was very excited to give that a try. Thank you all so much for being so active in the chat. This has been awesome. I love it. We had a couple of people that were not great, but we got, luckily they went away. Let's see if we have any other questions, pop them in the chat now, because we're about to end our live for today. Like I said, we have our next one next week, and then I will update with our next set of lives coming up. I can't believe it's already November in 2 weeks. That's just so crazy to me. But I think we might not have a live that day. I'm looking over my schedule and figuring that out, but for sure we'll have at least a few lives in November, and then probably another like 3 to 4 lives in December that are all Christmas themed. And I'm probably going to start a little bit early on the Christmas stuff even in November, because I feel like everything goes by so quick that I always have so many ideas for Halloween and Christmas, and then not as much for fall. I still love baking like pumpkin stuff and apple stuff and all that kind of stuff. But okay, I think that is it for our live today. I'm not seeing any other questions pop in the chat, so I think we're going to hop off. But thank you all so much for being on here. I really appreciate how active the chat's been today. I love it so much. I love when you guys pop in there and chat and ask questions. I really appreciate it because, like I said, I'm just talking to myself if otherwise. And I'll post a picture of this later for the cover photo, like I said, and probably on the community tab within the next couple of days. And I think that is it for today. Check out, today is our skull or skeleton week cake pop item. And then you guys saw the pretzel treat just a little bit ago. So make sure to check out all that kind of fun stuff. And I will see you guys very, very soon. I hope you have a fabulous weekend. And yeah, see you guys soon. Bye.